The Vikings are 2-0 after a second straight spectacular performance from quarterback Sam Darnold, and he's got the chance to prove that it wasn't just Kirk Cousins who made them a contender. How's it going today? My name is Jesse McNamer, and welcome to Point of View. Before we get into it today, I just want to say we always appreciate your feedback and look forward to reading your comments like the one we've got here. Hey Braden, you got me here, I'll admit. And without Tua, I have no chance to get that take back, but it happens. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question down below. To today's topic, were the Vikings written off as a playoff contender too soon? I know it's very, very early, but it's pretty hard to argue against that considering what we've seen through these first 2 weeks. After finishing 7-10 last season and drafting a new QB in JJ McCarthy to replace Kirk Cousins, they were put into that category of a rebuilding team who can only hope to win around 8 games with a rookie leading the way. But when McCarthy was ruled out for the season due to a meniscus injury, even that little hope seemed to dwindle away. Minnesota did snag Sam Darnold in the offseason to be a veteran presence and a formidable bridge QB for McCarthy, but this was never plan A. Well, it looks like maybe it should have been, because Darnold has performed like a clear-cut top 3 QB in the league and just got through dismantling his former team and the NFC Super Bowl representative a season ago. The San Francisco 49ers looked awesome last week against the Jets, and odds makers had them as a 4 to 5 point favorite heading into US Bank Stadium, even without Christian McCaffrey. But Darnold and the offense absolutely took it to the Niners defense in ways I didn't think Darnold had in him. He completed 17 of his 26 pass attempts for 268 yards and 2 scores, and although he fumbled twice and threw an interception, he still kept his confidence and attempted 5 passes at least 15 yards down the field, with one that stood out above the rest. After stopping the Niners on 4th and goal, head coach Kevin O'Connell showed more faith in his backup QB than a lot of coaches do in their franchise stars, and allowed Darnold to throw a 50-yard bomb from his own end zone to Justin Jefferson that went for a 97-yard score. And while that single highlight populated social media all day, that last drive to seal the game was confirmation that Darnold is capable of more than what we've seen since he was drafted by the Jets in 2018. I mean, hey, maybe coaching does matter, because that offensive unit was able to drain nearly 7 minutes off the clock in the fourth quarter while holding a 6-point lead against one of the most vaunted defenses in the NFL. They extended the lead to 2 possessions with 3.5 minutes left, all without Jefferson, Jordan Addison, or TJ Hockenson available for that game-defining drive. How many QBs can you confidently say can do that without their top 3 targets, especially against that team? Of course, O'Connell deserves a ton of credit for what the Vikings have been able to do under these circumstances, but the man himself got emotional talking about Darnold in his opening statement after Sunday's win. Listen in.
I'd like to finish with Sam Darnold against his former team. Just the amount of work that goes into that position on your quarterback journey when everybody decides that you cannot play. We always believed in him, and it felt awesome to watch him go do that thing. So I'm really proud of Sam Darnold.
Proud is how I'm sure all you Vikings fans feel. There's a new life in that team that no one could have expected heading into week 1, and now the Vikings find themselves at the top of the NFC North 2 weeks into the season. Now, I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but a similar stretch happened when Darnold was on the Panthers in 2021. That team started 4-0 before defensive coordinators caught up and the wheels fell off. But that team didn't have Kevin O'Connell. And we're going to find out quick just how deep his bag is, because the upcoming schedule doesn't get a whole lot easier, starting with the Houston Texans next week. But if Darnold can keep his confidence and limit the turnovers, the sky's the limit for this squad. And Darnold isn't the only QB in the division who has been underrated. For more on how Jared Goff is still overlooked, check out this past episode of Point of View. And the moment you've been waiting for, here's the answer to today's trivia question. We appreciate you tuning in this episode, and we will see you in the next one.